Hey guys, it's TJ from Susie's Sweet Shop. Today I'm going to be making one of my ultimate vices when it comes to candy, and it's Chewy Caramels. And the way we're going to be doing it is a little non-traditional. We're actually going to make them in the microwave. That's right, you can make caramels in the microwave and they will rival any gourmet caramels that you might ever try. So what you're going to need to make this recipe is just 5 simple ingredients. We have some melted butter, condensed milk, corn syrup, brown sugar, and vanilla. The vanilla is optional. You can put any flavor in that you'd like to make them whatever flavor caramel you'd like. I'm just going to do some vanilla ones today. So first, as I said, I already have the butter melted. If you're taking it straight from your fridge, you're just going to pop it in the microwave probably for 45 to 60 seconds just so that it's completely melted when you start. Okay, and to that we're going to add all of our other ingredients except the flavoring. So in goes my condensed milk. One tip I'll give you guys, whenever you're using something sticky like condensed milk, corn syrup, molasses, anything like that, use some vegetable spray and spray the measuring cup that you're using before you put your sticky stuff in, and it comes out way easier than if you don't, and then you waste a lot less of it as well. Okay, and lastly is our brown sugar. Okay, so we're just going to mix all these ingredients together. So make sure you're using a microwave safe bowl, because this is going to be going in the microwave. You're not going to believe how simple this process is and how delicious the end result is. You wouldn't believe that it was made in a microwave. Okay, so you just want to make sure that you don't have any lumps in your brown sugar. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So now we're going to pop it in the microwave on high for about 6 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to do that and I'll meet you back here in a second. Okay guys, so it's been 6 minutes now in the microwave on high. Now we're going to give it a quick test. Give it a little stir around. Be gentle with it. Then we're going to do what we call an ice bath. So all I did was take some really cold water in a little dish and set it in the freezer while we were making everything. And we're going to test for the soft ball stage. So what that means, we're going to drizzle a bit in our container here. What we're looking for is, this should come into a little ball and be able to roll it, kind of like Play-Doh is what you're looking for to know if it's done. So it's still a little too soft for where I want it to be. I want it to be more that it kind of holds its shape when I roll it. So that means we have to microwave it a little longer. So I'm going to put it back in the microwave for another 1 minute on high. Again, I'll meet you right back here. Okay, so I just put it in the microwave for another minute. We're going to do the exact same thing we did last time and test it in the water bath. I also should have mentioned that while you're prepping your ingredients and doing your microwave time, you should prep your water baths before that so that they're nice and chilled by the time you're ready to test your ingredients. So we're going to do the same thing again. Just take some, drip it into your water bath. I usually like to get a couple ready so that it's not just the same cloudy one over and over again. Okay. So it's getting closer to where I want it to be, but it's still not quite. And what you need to realize when you're working with the microwave, every microwave is different. So the amount of time and how powerful it is going to be different on every appliance that you use. So that's why I'm recommending these times, because they're more on the minimum side so that you don't burn your caramel or overdo it right from the get-go. Because you can always add more, but you certainly can't take it away once you've gone too far. Okay, so again, we're almost there, so I'm going to put it in for 1 more minute and then hopefully we should be done. Alright, so it's been another minute in the microwave, and once again we're just going to do the exact same step that we did. I should also warn you too that the longer you're microwaving it, obviously the hotter it's going to be, and this stuff will really burn, so I advise being super, super careful when you're moving it, and maybe even put some oven mitts on if you tend to be a little clumsy, or just for some extra precaution. So you'll see, I'm just going to give a little roll so you can see. It's actually come together in a nice little ball. It's firmer than it was before. Okay, so at this point, now that we have it to the stage that we want it to be, is where we'll add our flavoring. I'm using vanilla today. You could do mint, you could put some almond, whatever it is that you, any kind of mints that you like, or sorry, any kind of caramels you like the flavor of, feel free to do that. You could add some sea salt in here as well, or you could wait till you're done and sprinkle some sea salt on top, whichever you prefer. So I'm just giving that a quick mix in. And now we're gonna put it into our pan. As I've already told you, I love silicone. It's great for sticky projects like this. If you don't have a silicone pan, then I would suggest that you spray your pan very well and then line it with some parchment paper. And actually spray the parchment as well to keep it from sticking. All right. So I'm just going to spread it out a bit just to get it to fill my pan. And if you were wanting to make these sea salt caramels, this is the point where you're going to sprinkle on your sea salt while it's still wet. But I'm going to leave these ones plain, and now it's time to let them firm up. So this is going to take probably at least 30 minutes, but probably more, at least like closer to an hour. Put it in your fridge and let it get nice and firm before you try to take it out. Alright, so my caramels are all chilled. They were in the fridge probably for close to an hour. And now it's time to depan them. I'm just going to do that onto a piece of parchment paper so that it doesn't stick to my surface. And again, why I love silicone so much, comes right off with no problem at all. So it's up to you what type of pan you want to use. You could use a smaller one so that you have thicker caramels. This is just the silicone one that I have. It's a 9x9, so it doesn't make them very thick, but that way you can cut the caramels whatever size you'd like. So just take your knife and start cutting them into pieces so you can do whatever shapes that you want to. I'm just going to do one strip here just so you can see it. Twist it around. I always like to try to make them even, so probably cut each of these into 4. You can do them into little rectangles and wrap them up individually in parchment paper or wax paper if you want to store them that way. If you're not going to wrap them individually, you can just lay them flat inside of a Tupperware type container. But if you are going to stack them, make sure you put some parchment or wax paper in between, because they will, of course, stick to each other. So as you can see here, this is a nice, chewy, soft caramel. My absolute favorite. So you could also, if you didn't want to add flavors earlier, you could also take these and dip them into some melted chocolate to make them chocolate covered caramels, or you could just take some melted chocolate and kind of drizzle it over the top just to give it a little taste of caramel. A little taste of chocolate. It's really up to you. It's kind of a blank canvas at this point, but this is your base recipe and it is super good. Still my favorite. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you liked this recipe. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit that button down below. That way you'll never miss a new video. And I'll be back again soon with a new recipe. Until then, have a sweet day.
Oh, good.
All right.
Yeah. Wave goodbye to the camera.